Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Fixing Things Together for Literary Universe. Today is the 25th October 2023. Soon I'll be joined with our head of design, Henry. In the meantime, let's just quickly let me check a few things. So everything should be going. This is say the first, or like it's like the first official episode in a series where I, Jan Dvořák, am the founder of Literary Universe and the CEO, and also could say the main developer. I'm joined with Henry, who is finally here. Let's see. Let's wait for him to get ready. And so it's kind of like the developers and designers coming together. And the idea behind this is that we come together, we're gonna go through the web, see if we have any issues, and see if we can do some quick fixing. So with me here is Henry. Hi, Henry. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good.
And I'm not hearing anything, but this might be an issue on my side. Apologies. I'm just not.
Okay.
And also, let me check what. Why cannot we have? I'm not hearing anything. So
Check. Can you hear me now?
this
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah.
very strange. Henry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Apologies for the technical issues.
Okay,
Let
okay.
me
Let me check that again.
check if that's fine on YouTube.
1 second.
Okay, so I hear that. So for some reason, I'm not able to hear anything from StreamYard. So there should be a music playing and I'm not hearing it. So very strange indeed. So let me try my settings one more time.
Okay, test.
And let's move all of these things here. So
Check.
yes, I am having some issues here. Let me just quickly prepare things at least. And let's see what we can do to debug my issues with the sound. What I'll try to do. Let me see. Apologies for that. That's usually how things kind of go with when things are getting just started. So we'll definitely figure out the issues of as we go through everything. So let's see. This settings all looks correct. So I'll be actually
Test.
try something different. And behind the issues there. Let's quickly go through here. Try things here. Apologies
check.
one more time again.
Check.
I'll just quickly drop Henry and I'll be right back. So just a moment. I'll just quickly drop Henry. Be right. All right, I'm back and with sound. So how are you, Henry? Everything fine?
So far so good. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you fine. It
Loud
looks
and
like it
clear.
has been some issue on my side at the setup, so I had to kind of log in and all that stuff. So
Okay.
with that all set, now that we can hear each other, we can now get started. So a reminder for everybody who is watching again, this is, let's say, designers and developers coming together, and we'll be fixing things on Literary Universe as we come across them. Or if you have any issues that you have encountered yourself, feel free to comment and let us know in the chat, and we'll be happy to address those as well if it's something that we can address. It's limited, obviously, to some of the of what we can actually achieve because of our time limit. We have maximum 2 hours on this before I need to do other things. So that's as there. Also, if you're here, say hi to the chat. We'll be happy to communicate with you. Also, if you find this interesting or valuable, please like, share, and subscribe to our channels. We are live on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So let me actually check out the live stream on X. Yeah, looks like it's going just fine. So that is going to be also kind of first for me, multi-streaming. So without further ado, again, I'm Jan Vorak. I am the founder and CEO of Literary Universe, and with me is Henry, who is our UI designer and lead. So, Henry, where
Yes.
are we going today? What's our agenda? How are we getting here set up? So we have some error here.
Okay. So we are going to fix encyclopedia page for today.
All right, let's go into my big struggle for balance universe where I have a lot of stuff set up. So, well then, this is, I do believe I'm right now on the light theme because I've toggled it. So this is the dark theme. The special thing here is that, of course, you can select light and dark theme globally, but then you can change that for the encyclopedia and the reader or the writer, if you're a writer, like locally as well through, usually there's like a toggle somewhere hidden as well. So let me get my editor. For those who are joining us for the first time, I am not able to show you any code unless it's open source code. So we'll have to mostly deal with the visual part. If you want to kind of see more of a code, I have a personal stream at 6 p.m. Central European Standard Time on my own YouTube channel, Storyteller CZ, I believe it is. Let me double check that for you, where I will be going, I could say, behind the scenes of or kind of using similar software that we have for Literary Universe. I'll be upgrading because what we use is something called Meteor framework. I'll So that will be tonight. Let me just kind of show you here. This is the stream. So it will be live in 3.5 hours. So, and I'll put that as a comment later on in chat. For anybody who is interested. Now then, Henry, so what are we doing here? Don't forget you're muted. It's common problem.
Okay, let me try to look my Figma. Okay.
Yes. Let me, and actually this is something that I can show as well, our Figma. And from for Encyclopedia, I don't think I've really gotten around to implementing the new design yet. So let's see what maybe we can implement here as well. So
okay.
Encyclopedia, it's kind of, I know, to put things into perspective, Encyclopedia is probably one of the most complicated parts of the web because everything kind of needs to get connected here. And it also has to be, could say, pocket size as well, so it can be displayed in the editor and the reader. So this is how it's going to be looking once you kind of get the new design going. There, because you already have the icons and a few other things. And let's see. So what are we going to want to do here? I am thinking maybe we can start with the menu and maybe make some adjustments there. What do you think, Henry?
That sounds good. Sure, sounds good.
All right. So for the developers and designers watching, this is kind of what we'll be looking into. And this is also kind of to check with kind of how everything is. The issue here is we have like kind of these, group and categories menu that people can display. And we'll have to kind of also check into other things functionality wise. One big thing, Henry, let's also look over the design. I think what we can start with, and we have to be very careful here because there is a lot of other details where this gets implemented, these little things. So any change here is going to have a drastic repercussion. The kind of first thing that maybe I would like to reconsider or maybe let me see, because here we have like these tabs, and that kind of is derivation from our standard tabs, which we have right now. But I'm not sure if did Seba, by the way, is one of our other part-time developers, did Seba implement these new, say, button type tabs, or is that something that we'll have to look into? Because I do recall that he has been working on something similar to that. Let me check Teams.
I'm pretty quite sure that, do you mean the tab is happen to be like this?
Yes.
Yes, that's
and we have, I think we have these button tabs on a couple of other places. So let me see.
I see.
Props, tab. Also, from the functional standpoint, we have kind of also there are kind of two which look the same, but one of them behave as links, and they change the address for better navigation. And with these two, they actually don't do any navigation. You could say in the browser, they just change how things look. So I don't see that. So that will be something that we might either reconsider or we will have to do. And I think that's a bit too big for us right now. So the next part is the display for the items here. Let's take an actual look what properties or what components we are using here. So that's okay. So that's a list, and let's actually switch to the light themes so that we can see where we are at compared to design. So this is a list, an accordion list that appears here that then opens things up. Do you have, I think you have here design with how it looks when it's filled. Let's do that. And before that, I'm going to adjust this number because this is okay. So category actually very nicely set up that I can actually need to do a few more things. First of all, I need to add here formatting for numbers because it just shows the number it gets, so which is not a good idea, especially once we go into the large numbers. So I'm total in category, it's a float. So let's see what we can do here about. Looks like it's and this is always a bit of a thing to look. It's being overwritten. It's kind of a little bit hard coded here, so I will be doing a little bit of adjustments here. So border radius, and we want to show here, do a background color. Henry, do you know which palette it is that we are using here for this nice red blue?
This is the palette. It is A12577.
Really? It's here on the right. It says it's something different, but let me.
Okay, let me check again. Yes, it's primarily like purple. A12577.
577. Let's check because we definitely have that. No, I don't mean for the letters. I mean for the that's the last primary. I mean for the for this circle with the numbers here.
I see that circles.
I think I'm looking at it very quickly. Let me switch here to the light palette.
Yes.
I'm not sure actually if we have that color.
It's here. It's 29 B6 F6. Can you find it?
Yeah, I don't think we have that in our. Come on.
In the palette? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we have that. So there are. Let me actually double check the shared palette as well if it's not there, because this looks like something that we have kind of shared. I think we have kind of similar colors in the primary palette. One is 26A8E0. It's more like an aquamarine blue, and then one bit of darker blue. So let me actually let me send that to you. In the chat that we have. Those are kind of the two blues that we have in our primary palette. So let me put that.
Let me check that again with our color palettes. Okay. Color.
Text. Let me add that in, because part of it is also kind of figuring how to display this properly. Okay, so there it is. So that would be like what you see right now on the screen. And
that's quiet. Yeah, like all blue.
Let's see, I could make it like it's more coming up. So it's just kind of dark blue. And then we have more of this light blue that has a change into, which I think is kind of the closest that we have in our existing palette. Just for the audience, the idea here is that we don't want to add any extra new colors into our palettes, because that's kind of where all the colors are shared. So we don't want to do like a special hard coding as least as possible, because then if we want to change the theme, it allows us to change a value in one place and have impact on all the places that's used to, which is also why we want to be very cautious about adding new things or changing things like that. Let's see. And then the next part.
Oh, yes, you're correct. It's on the button. So when I apply that, that's not for button. The colors. Yes, I think we can use that. You were mentioned on private chat. So we could use that.
Yeah, let's. Okay, so and the next part is making sure that we have a nice circle there. So we have, it's right now it's for the pixels. Thing I'm concerned here is like if we kind of hard code pixels here for this, and this will really, let's see how this is going to react. It's not. There is quite a few issues here and there. So let me try to remove as much as of these little issues as possible. My biggest concern with having this, say, hard-coded width is what happens if we have 800, so we can still handle easily, and I'm going to center it up as well. We can handle when it's like in the hundreds. What happens when it's like 8,000. So first of all, let's do a line center. Let's see about this thing. It's going to have any effect? No. So padding is screwing things up for us, making it kind of this like oval. And let's see, I want to have maybe change our display a bit. And let's go to our favorite style guide, because I always forget these. Kind of want to center it. Yeah, so align items, center. Let's see if that's kind of what we get. In this case, also text align stops working, so we need to also justify content in center. And with that, we kind of can put it there. We can then handle to, 9,999 entries. If we try to get above that, then it's really kind of, you can probably handle even the 99,000 entries. Barely. It doesn't look good, but it's doable. And I doubt that we'll get there, but if we get there, then whoever gets there, I'm more than happy to have a new design, so just that they can really have all the numbers displayed there. Okay, I think that's a nice quick fix to the design specification. Let's now then go back and look on the next thing, which is just changing. Let's see. It's changing the color here of this, so listing categories. Let's take a look where we have that.
Oh, okay.
That one is quite easy. I just need to find it. Okay, here we go. Categories icon. So it's category heading. So we can just add here the color palette. And I'm not sure maybe if it's the primary, or we'll see soon. Which color was it again? So I can just double check.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's our primary color. Got it.
Yes.
That one. So we have that here. Let's see. So yeah, that one has also changed. I will. Let's see. Do we want to? So big thing is the background here. It's kind of light. It, I think, shines more. Oh, and we'll have to figure out, because if you look here in the dark mode, or like in the light mode, the color is nice, but once we switch to the dark mode, I think the contrast is just too low. So what are we? So we can either make the background here for these accordions. Well, we actually have kind of two options here. We can either change all accordions to be lighter in the dark mode by having some nice background there.
Okay. Yeah, perhaps could we see on the light mode again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can we apply on the grayscale? Like we have a grayscale palette, correct? Can we use the grayscale palette into our font?
Yeah, let me check here how we have it with the we have it here to, so just for anybody interested, this is the React accessible accordion that we are styling, and how it goes, it's accordion item, and then it's accordion item heading, and then panel. The accordion item heading doesn't have any particular style, which kind of makes me wonder where the heck is that color coming from. It's from something else. That first class there, that's the one we set it there manually, so that's one is easy. And the background color, if I go back to here, is EF. Let me check in the shared palette. There should be a. In this case, in the light, it's the background. EF. So it's kind of the first one. Let me check what's on the dark palette. So that's where it's kind of coming from. So let me see if I, and actually that might change it a bit as well. So if I change it to the background, first color in the background, it should merge with the background completely, which I'm not that happy about. Okay, come on, refresh. Just a quick reload to make sure we got the. So now the background is completely white. We toggle to the dark mode, it still is pretty much, it's transparent at this point.
Yes.
And I am not happy about that. It's even then it's still not it's kind of, I think, the thing, if it doesn't like have any highlight, at least a little bit,
Yes.
I think it kind of loses the aesthetic, or it doesn't look good. Especially since we have the scroll here and all that stuff, so it's very much separated from the rest of the encyclopedia as it should be. So I think I kind of would maybe like to make a change in the design to have something there. I think also, Henry, you will have to add, kind of copy over the scroll bar.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because it's just, for example, here I have 80 characters, so scroll bar is going to be absolutely necessary to to be there.
Okay. Affirmative.
So let's close that. Now let us think about the dark mode here. What can we do?
I think, yes, that's very totally mistakes that using a purple color. So I apply that on, well, we have grayscale palettes that have a good contrast on the light and the dark mode. So it appears to be like this. This is the gray color that it will be used a lot for the text. It's 41, 41, and 41 palettes. But I don't know, is it already applied on your palette's color, Ian?
The palette applied here is called background. So we might then, if you want to change that to the, let's see, we have like a common here. So it's, and even the grayscale palettes are like specifically for light and dark themes. So let's take a look. Because if we jump to grayscale,
Yes.
how many are those? We go something like the middle. Let's try that, grayscale 4. Let's see how it's going to look up. So it may be too light and too dark in those. So maybe if I add one more, see where will that take us. So it's kind of is closer to what we had originally there, and we go to the dark mode. Wow, that's, yeah, we'll have to, let me comment out the color so that we see what's it's going to be. Yeah, it's the default is black. As we switch, it's white. So maybe instead of, let me see, we have nice shirt palette. I think instead of the, which one have we been trying to use? It was the primary. It's like a very nice color, and on its own it looks great. But I think maybe we might need to know. Let's try. Let's try the fourth one. And or the fourth tone, as it's called. Because that's, at least initially, it's like it looks very similar, but it seems to be, it's darker. So we need actually a lighter version of that. And for that, the main primary color is just fine. This is just, I'm just going to quickly. Yeah, this is the second primary color.
Are you sure?
No, I'm just right now kind of going through to show people what we have there and kind of get the feeling for the colors. Because
I was thinking that if this become our issues here, perhaps we could use blue to change into the dark mode. As you know, the blue is our secondary color on Little Universe.
yeah,
Because we are barely using orange on our monetary.
yeah,
What do you think, Jan?
blue.
We were using that in Discovery.
Yeah, I am. Let me change it so tone 0 here. I think it looks great here in the light mode.
Yes.
The problem is I want to kind of find some nice compromise here so that I don't have to add extra logic, because anytime I start adding extra logic in, so like in the dark theme it's this color. Once we
Yes.
start doing say additional or custom themes, it will become much more troublesome. So maybe the solution here is kind of, as we started, we moved the accordions already to the grayscale, but still the color in the dark is, it's just like really fades in. And I think like even if I change even to darker color here, so let's just change this, maybe like just go black. Even like it really only shines in black, and even then it's not a good contrast.
Yes.
So yeah, we will probably have to go with the blue. So let me do that.
Yes, the only good contrast on the color, I changed that into the pink color, but very very different. Remember when we were
Yeah.
talk back then, but it's very far from our brand logo. Yeah, but that's only the good contrast color that we like to use on the dark theme, I think, yeah. So that's why uh, I need a change on the dark theme. But I think we could just proceed on what we have today. We could talk about dark theme later if you want to fix that.
So that's 6. And let me at least add the code here, since it's like one place. It's we'll have to definitely do a bit more robust theme, especially as we get moving. So this is the light, this is the dark. It's not doing what I wanted to do there. Primary focus on it. Check here. Yeah, we will definitely, and I'll have to probably put an issue. Okay, so this is the blue now. That's one option, and we can wait. That shouldn't be happening. Should be only happening in the dark team anyway. So why is there an issue with? Oh, I think this is a bug that I have been trying to fix a little and failed. So this will not be possible to make easy fix. The issue here is because in essence, kind of because by default I have a dark theme, so every time I try to ask the system for what's the name of the theme, it's going to tell me it's dark here, even though I have kind of the subset here to be light. Yes. So that is not going to work. And let me actually try the different blues that we have in the dark theme here. So that's one. I think this one is the lightest one, which is completely dead in the light theme.
Oh, that's nice.
It works well in the dark theme, so that's kind of the this one works kind of in both. And I think sadly for now I will have to leave it in the default colors.
Yeah, I think the black is the most suits in this case.
Yeah, black, and then of course white here. So it's not.
But Jan, pardon me, if I'm not mistaken, the color that appears in my screen, I think the black is like solid black, like a 000.
That's.
If I'm, when I see that in my screen.
Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's take a look. What do we have here for the black? Yes, it's a solid 0, which is the grayscale for there. We want to change it. Actually, we can change this. That should be fine, because this is tied to which. So you would like to have 414141 there.
Yes, and it appears on your grayscale color palettes, but I don't know.
It's not used for. I'll replace, because you have your blacks. I'll replace it for all the black ones, which should be fine. So that should soften it a little bit, yes. So that's that. Do we want to wait? What just happened here? Because just a moment ago, Or let me double check if that's an issue. Okay, so that's an issue in the light theme. If you look here, there's this nice that on the left, like in this, say drop down, it changes color based on what you're hovering on, the left line.
Yes.
And in the light theme, it does not do that, or it might, but it's like very difficult to see due to the, let me,
Yeah.
due to the color
I think
of
we have the same. Yes, I think we have the same blue color, if I'm not mistaken. Blue, like
entries
like
list. Okay, so and this, it's also quite old code as well. So I'm looking through this and I'm like, why is there this thing? And entries. Okay. Yeah, so the color is there. The problem is like in the light. Light mode, right now it's the brand color. It's not as nice as in the dark mode because the contrast there is bigger between those two.
I think we need to fix a lot about the colors.
Yeah,
We need to.
so I prefer the dark mode anyway. So I think we we should probably soften it, but it's using, I think, let's see, it's using the shadow, the default shadow color, which is going to be, yeah, that would be different for, of course, for each. And in the light mode, it's, well, that's almost black. Let me check in the dark mode. Yeah, in the dark mode, it's like a really nice light one, and it uses. It says. Let me actually. This is probably something I can show without a problem because it's just colors, and we have it here. So, oops. So what is happening on the left? We have the shadow palette for the light theme, and on the right, it's here. It's for the dark theme. Just put it so it's the same, and using the RGBA, and it's for dark theme. Of course, it goes from almost white, transparent, or like opacity is 90%, all the way to 0.05%, which is like almost black, or in this case, almost white, depending on kind of like from almost white or almost dark to pretty much transparent as well. So it takes on what's kind of behind it. That's why it's shadow. It's transparent. And lithium, this one is going to be used, so it's 10% transparent with hint of black. So that's kind of where the issue comes from in the light theme. Okay, that's
Okay.
we'll have to figure that one out. Let's take a look on this add new character or stuff like that. So
Yes.
first of all, you want it aligned to the right. So
Yes.
let's get started. Let's get started with that. Add to this category. It's this button. And also the look of the button. I do believe we already have CSS for that. Let's see which one. Or do we not? I think there was a special something there that was, if you said that it would work. Let me check. It's maybe a little bit outdated, but it should still. Yes, so it's the secondary button pretty much, but with primary colors. So I need to do some things here. So first of all, palette secondary. Let's change that. So that makes it like that. And while at it, I'm thinking that, let's see, where do we have the border for this?
Yeah. Do you have like drop shadow and on the effects?
I don't think there is drop shadow. There is just change of the background here a little bit. I'm right now looking to change the. Okay, here we go. It's not this one, primer.
Because I seen some like wait, well, how should I call it? Like the stroke. I mean the outline is quite half. It's not like full around the shapes. It feels like they have like how should I call it? Like yes, there the stroke there is not like following with the shapes. Yeah, it feels like they. Yeah, if you see on my button, yeah, you just have like a outline that with following with the shapes.
I'm not following what you're trying to say.
Apologize, yeah. Yes. Well, I think I should just draw it because yeah. Hold on. No. Where's my marker? Oh, my kids playing with it. No, my marker. Ah, oh no, where's the marker?
The time I've moved this there, and there's also that color. Okay, now how do we move it? Oops.
Well, you fixed that already.
Oh, you mean the icon?
No,
Yeah.
I mean the shapes, the outline shapes. That's how should you call it? Outline shapes.
You mean
Stroke.
the border?
The border, yes, I mean the border. In
Yeah,
designer, we call it the stroke.
That's we'll have to change your dictionary there as you learn more of CSS, so that you know how to say that. So, and the last one is we need to move this to the end, in which case probably the easiest thing to do here is, well, there are two options. Let me try here. Float right, but if you do float, then it's going to start doing strange things. So we'll have to put here another container above this, which I'm not that happy about. That always adds more rendering time, and it's like, it's might be like a 1 microsecond or something like that. It increases the complexity of the structure. So I'm not too fond of that, but then it allows us either, let's see, what can we do? Right. And do it like that. Yeah, let's probably do it like that instead of a flex.
Okay.
Let me copy this CSS and create it here.
Jan,
Mhm.
perhaps we could add more padding. The height, the padding there.
Yes,
So we have more with padding. And also the stroke. I'm afraid since we are purple color are very not good contrast in the dark mode. Perhaps the stroke we could use that on.
Wait, let
that.
me first adjust this in my code here before we start moving too much ahead. Otherwise,
Sure.
I will get lost. So first things first, let's apply the like this here. Let's quickly take a look in the dark mode. In dark mode, it changes according to the rules set by the dark mode, so I think that's fine. And that's the result we want. We don't want so that the colors change. You can also see there's a little bit of a delay as the action gets propagated down. Plus, I think there might be some animation as well. So let's do some. Okay, let's see. Now it's over here. Padding compared to how much is that? Like 5-10 pixels. So in this case, we would have it here, say Heading right, 10 pixels. I'm seeing something that I don't want to see. There is some. Okay, no. So that's part of the accordion there, and that's probably something that we'll have to solve another time at this point.
Yes.
Oh, actually, no. It's that's interesting. Well, first things first. Let's add the padding 10 pixels here. So that's all set. And second, I think, because I don't see it over here, let me check what it could be related to, because I think this is part of the menu itself, or the accordion. It has, yeah, so it has your border, like a very, yeah, so it's a border that's there. So in this case, we don't need the border, but we want to keep it everywhere else. So let's see, what can we do here to make this more interesting. So accordion item, accordion itself. Let's see, do we have... We don't have any special styling here that we can draw upon. So I will have to create a new... Let's double check that I have the correct one, yes. So put that in, and then we just do border radius unset, border unset, refresh so that we don't have any of my changes here. We can see it. Propagate. Yes, now it's gone. So that's another thing taken care of. And finally down here we have all the other settings. So that one is going to be in a different... Let's see if it's here. Yes, that's over here. And that's under, we have styled menu items here, a lot of them, based on what's available. And then we have a div that labels it here. So let's take a look. Styled menu item, very complex. And okay, I'm actually seeing a problem here now that I see this in close up and personal. Henry, I think we'll have to.
Yes, yeah.
We have 3 types of buttons here. That's just 3 types of buttons that all do look different and all that stuff. This is kind of goes back as we talked previously that we need to synchronize this more.
Yes, yeah.
They look nice and everything, but technically this is becoming a nightmare to implement.
Okay.
This needs to be more in sync. And I don't think we've gotten around to it yet. So what I'm going to do right now here is undo the previous change. So right now,
Yes.
and I'll have to kind of go. We have to probably have another session for just buttons. Or actually, this might be a good idea to jump over to buttons and do the button redesign that I've been talking about for a while. So let me pick up our storybooks, and after this I can also update it. So let me quickly, unless I have to fix something there. Hopefully it will be still working. So that's picking up. Actually, it will open on its own. So let's kind of revise our button design. And with that, for those watching, we have what you can see, design.literauniverse.com, where we update kind of like the documents. It's mostly for internal stuff, but if I can join. Okay, so there are some errors when trying to build this, which is not good. And that's because of Meteor upgrade and that's because that's the downsides of playing with storybooks, that whenever it links to any Meteor here, no. Meteor React data or React Meteor data. Whenever I try to put it on some other things, so this is the data thing. Just need to do a few hopefully quick things. What do we have here? .js. Yeah, there is just always some. Let me do here a quick mock for everything. It's a problem because of all the how development is going. So let's see if that was anywhere near what we needed. Or maybe probably not. So React here data. Let's try again. Doing some Webpack stuff here. So the problem, just for those interested listening here for Start Storybooks, is that whenever there is like any import from Meteor itself and all that stuff, it creates issue because obviously Storybook doesn't start Meteor, and even if it did, it would still have a problem because it's dealing with data, and in Storybooks it's just to display everything without any data, or at least you have to so-called mock it. So it doesn't like that, so I'm just a few more things. And there is also React Suspense coming up and all that stuff, so we are using that heavily as well. So that's the one that's right now causing some problems. So I need to find where that is causing problems, remove it so we can start what we have. Or at least kind of get ahead. The thing is, we are not using it in the storybooks, but whenever we use it in the file, it just freaks out. So let's see. Nope, still does not like it. So which file is the problem? In imports, UI, users, components. That's like 30 files, okay. But which file specifically? It's the worst case when the tool doesn't tell you which file is causing the offense. Is it TSX here? No. What the? Well, this is embarrassing. Let's request an module. Description file. Apologies for that. I'm trying to fix this as soon as possible. Okay, so it's username display, which makes sense. That's one of the most, say, difficult components. But why is it building it? And so we have actually a few more issues. Some of it because of that's very strange. So now it's not just that, but yeah, that's not okay. So I don't think this is going to be as easy as I wanted it to be. Let's see what could have issues with. Okay, I see. I think that might be so I am going to have to comment this entire page out. The usual thing, if there's issue, you start commenting things out until you get to minimum working solution and then start from there. And in this case, it's because of notifications, hopefully. Hopefully only notifications. So far, so good. It's building. Building and errored out. So let me comment out also our icon display. It's having some issues with those for really strange reasons, because there should be no problems. That's a normal NPM package with only SVGs, you could say, and related stuff. So in the meantime, in the audience, any questions or? Oh, looks like we got it. So it was just the icons and notification, which is. So now, okay, so here are our buttons. And let me open that up in the code as well. So components. And yeah, so button CSS. And in this case, I can also, and this I will probably be able to show because that's not super crazy proprietary or anything like that. So let's kind of split the screen here a little bit. We don't need this menu now, so, and you don't need this. So here I have Henry kind of selection of the buttons that we see on the screen.
Yes.
And those are pretty much the buttons that we currently have. So we have the first displayed is the default button. That's
Yes.
how it looks based on the design you provided. Then we have the primary and secondary button, and then we have based on the different, success, danger, alert palettes.
Okay.
So now then is how do we want to change them?
Okay.
Or how do we want
Yes,
to
of
adjust
course.
them? And then we need to stick to using them.
Okay, first the default button that I want to change is the what you call it again?
That's the
Outline.
first one.
Yes, that outline color is not it's not black like that. It should be gray.
Yeah, let me see if how do I freaking close this menu in Figma? Don't want it. Ugh, I guess I can't. Yeah, Figma is not very mobile friendly. I see. Let's see, do we have here in components the buttons list? Because let's kind of go. So we have tabs, accordion, advanced, alert, badges, here, button.
So I think that's in here. This is the most default ones.
Let's then. Yeah, we have one here. We see somewhere. You have the border radius type, so that's taken care of with all the different shapes.
Yes.
And now then, so what I need to do here, and this kind of goes to everybody, is to figure out a system for this, because we want to have one button component. Otherwise, we constantly have to repeat a lot of code. And through this, we need to, say, figure out, how are we going to approach this. And that, because we have here two, you could say two types.
Yes.
We have one where the color or the palette color dictates what is the color of the border and of the text. And we have one where there is no border, and pretty much the color of the palette is the background color, and from that we derive the text. But what we've seen also in the encyclopedia, there are some other that have like special ones where you put in where there's like lightly highlighted with the background. So those will have to go, Henry. I'm sorry to say. We cannot.
Well, we cannot use like we only must choose one button. Yeah.
Well, like, we can have like different colors and all of that, but it kind of needs to be in the same, you could say, style and system. We cannot have 10 types of buttons because that becomes expensive for us to maintain.
I see.
And use.
Okay.
So that also, like, for the designers out there, you kind of need to start, thinking about those things as well when you're doing the designs. It's not just about, oh, it looks pretty, let's add this here and all that stuff. You need to think, especially for web design, to be consistent across things. And also, the more buttons, the more elements you add, it becomes more expensive because that means more code. That means that the bundle to download is going to get bigger, especially if the more fancier things are, and especially if you start adding graphics and that stuff, which means it's going to take longer to download. And for many websites, the longer it takes, or pretty much any website, the longer it takes to download the web, the more customers you lose.
I see.
So that's that comes with experience with these things.
So
also, the buttons by default will expand unless you make some stuff. They will expand to the maximum. Well, they are like the default is they just kind of stick to the size of the text, and the second is that usually that we have that expands to the maximum width. So let's see here. First of all, let me get a text editor here so we can kind of write it down. So we have the default button where nothing is defined. Then we have a button where we define the palette, and from that we have two types. We have one which is, well, let's say border only, and then we have, let's just say that one that is filled.
Yes.
So those are the two that we see here, plus a third one which has kind of some default cells, so it looks, like you said here, kind of empty. And also what we see here is that we have kind of, say, the primary and the secondary. This is how we have kind of styled them.
Yes.
But primary and secondary are palettes. And we can still keep them like, primary, it's palette, it's not a big issue. Secondary, we can do a bit of play with. And if we look, so I think right now, right here, or I don't think we'll have time to kind of finish this, but I'll do it. So what I am going to do is change here. Let's make this different. So I'm going to kind of, first of all, I'm going to copy these buttons, and we have our palette, and I'm going to add a new, say, property, which I'll call borders only.
Yes.
In which case, let's see if maybe I can do it quickly here. So we have here the palette. And if palette, then it also has the borders here. So instead, I'm going to do here borders only. And borders only mean that border by itself will not. So it will have border, and we have the palette tone stuff here. So palette and tone. So let's see what that is going to do. So I see, so that's almost there. Because we are overwriting the default background, and let's see, what else are we overwriting where? So the second I said is border only, and then so that means background will be unset. It doesn't like that, so let's try also background color unset. I think I know why that is, because that is set. Background color and all that stuff. That's on focus. It might be also set here in the use palette part. So we pretty much need to get rid of the use palette.
Yep. Come again.
And we'll have to now kind of implement it here ourselves. So we'll have things over here. So if borders only is this, palette, so no borders, and we are going to return it like that. Let's take a look how that goes. Yes, so that takes us back to having the backgrounds. Then we have the borders there.
Yes.
And we need to adjust now. It doesn't. Maybe I've added too many. Brackets. That's an issue. issue there, too many brackets. Now we need the, so where is the border being set? You have your border radius, curve border, all that stuff. But where is our, where is our, where is our border being set? Start here and do search for border. We have only border radius getting set, and then we have one that we've just put in here based on the palette. So that is very strange. That's and it's not type here, so it doesn't complain. And now here it's also border none. It's like that. That's going to fix some of it. Unless the palette is secondary. I think it's a secondary. And it stays. So, and on default, it also stays. So how are we looking, Henry, with the buttons here? What do you think?
It's pretty much this change. What my concern is like the border there should be the default button border.
Yeah.
I wish it would be more
gray
color.
Let's actually double check here. Why is it trying to put there the button, the border how it is? If we have,
I see.
Let's see where it's coming from. The border radius. That is very strange because that might actually be then the default browser border, which, let's see. So in our case, we want border 1 pixel solid, and which one is it? What color is it here?
It should be grayscale or grayscale number 5, I think. Yes, grayscale like 5. It's on 5.
Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, so that's the, wait.
Also,
That
8 or 3 RAM.
let's first fix these
Mhm.
buttons. I'm thinking if it might. No, sorry, it's over here. So okay, that there is barely visible there. Is that fine like that?
Yeah, hold on, let me see on my workstation then. Yes, it must be like that. Barely
Okay,
visible.
let me also change it
Hold
here
on.
to
I think that's quite it's quite different from my screen. Hold on, it's grayscale 4. Do you have the code? Yeah, for the 5, it should be BD. I need to check. It's quite different from mine. Light grayscale. It's a BD. Okay, let me check.
That's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be 4.
Oh, it should be 4.
Because this is not 54. 4.
Okay, it's 4.
Let me
Yes, that's it. The BD.
let me change a few things here to make it more pleasing aesthetically.
Yes. Gap. Need more. Okay.
Okay, so we have that there. That looks nice. Let's check the dark mode. Okay. I think though there is still color. Is the background text tone 4. Might happens if I change it to 2, because it's like that just looks.
Text.
What should be the default text color? It's of course when there's background, it goes to the background, so it should be like the pink.
No, it's not quite good, I think. So
yeah, we need to fix that. It should be then if we go here.
I prefer to use the 41 as our default.
Let's go for the shirt palette. Here.
Grayscale light. The tone, I think.
I mean for the color of the text.
41. But it should be grayscale. The grayscale palettes, not the font palettes.
Because originally it was kind of our brand color there.
Yeah.
And in that case, let's see which I'm using their background text. So background text, if it's here in the light, background text 2, that's 0, 1, 2. So it should be 41 instead of 21.
Yes, 41. Yeah. I'm sure of it.
Just sure if that's not
You already have the 41. Yeah. Oh, okay.
for background text. So
Oh, I see. Now, what do you think?
it's like, but we cannot mix grayscale text for grayscale background with the background text. Let's see in the dark theme.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's not as hard, so that I like that. Yeah, let's keep it this way for now. We'll have you then take a look at the palette altogether.
Yes, yeah.
And if I go back here to the where is it? Oh, it's free. Fine. Was it? Let me follow you. So what we need potentially here is another button that you have made for the encyclopedia, and I seen it in where was it? I'm having problems finding thing. No, that's the reader. So yeah, we can. This will be, I think, primary stuff. We'll have to. Oh no, that's the buttons for other stuff. Which page is encyclopedia on again? I thought it was
workshop. Workshop. Okay. You could follow me.
Yes, that would be easier.
Encyclopedia workshop.
Okay. So the third type of a button that we were discussing here.
Yes.
Well, first of all, we have here if we go back here, we have the secondary with a different, is it text or, yeah, second. No, so in this case, it would be, let me actually try to create this one, which would be, or maybe we can do is, let's try this. Have them primary and secondary. Let's see how it looks like with borders only. So yeah, that would be then primary but borders only button. The secondary one is secondary without or with borders only, I think is never going to get used, but let's go back. So that one is settled. And then we have here one without borders, but with a shadow kind of indicated. So
yes.
Here we have option. I can either make that, and that will be, let's say, our third type of a button, or we can just stick with having secondary buttons like this. What would you prefer, Henry?
Well, I think second one is quite good enough.
Okay, so in this case, then I'll have you then remake these with the drop shadow into the secondary ones like that.
Yeah, I think that would be good, Jan.
Okay, yeah, and with that we can say that the buttons are, this is the style for the buttons.
Yes.
I will probably, now we have also like grouped here, and there is the option which I should create a page for, but right now I am just going to quickly add them here to showcase the ones the other ones, and with that we'll finish the stream here, which is the, where was it, the border radius type. So instead of this, there's going to be border radius. And I am going to go to the light theme here and look on the, let's do special. Let's call it like that. To kind of show that what we can do with these. We have them a little bit all over the place. So yeah, so these are like the ones that start bending at the end.
Okay.
And looking at new lines between the flex here. It's much more nicer to manage. New lines. Okay. So, okay, what do you think, Henry? Good enough?
It's really good. A lot of improvement, Jan. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The thing is that all of these changes are going to take effect. We'll just have to kind of go and fix any of the old ones and add borders only as we go through things. So that will be the things, and I'll leave the changes to you like that, and I will because we also made changes to accordion here as well, so it's kind of the default one. You can kind of see the border here and all that stuff, and if we switch over here, I'll have to probably improve the accordion as well. I'll have to check where are we using this, so we have a better idea. And I will then have to go in and adjust some of the notification which we lost and the listing of our icons. So that's also available. By the way, for those watching, our icons are a public package. So if you go to npm.js, do a literary universe, we have styled icons and SVG icons available. The styled icons is for if you use like style icons, so that's for React. SVG icons are available, I think like SVG is there. Haven't really checked that because our main goal was to have these style icons. Right now, there is no documentation like that, but we'll add here a link eventually once we have that to list on our design page where they will be all listed. And in the future, once we hopefully have a little bit of time, we plan to have a nice web page where you can search for them through or similar way as style icons are available right now. So hopefully that's coming in the future. We have been on for a little bit over 2 hours. Sadly, we kind of lost the time with the technical difficulties at the beginning, but we'll learn from that. And I'm going to get some, I'm going to upload, make some adjustments here, make sure that everything is working as it should. and then I'm going to upload all these changes and deploy a new version. Part of the idea of all of these things is that hopefully whenever we are finished, unless there is some big issue that we need to address, that we can then go on and publish these changes as they are. It's gonna, how should I say it, kind of benefit that of us being in this early stage that we can do that. I'm also thinking that, let me just double check here. We'll have to, Henry, talk about the top of the encyclopedia, because this is a bit more difficult than just this. So I am probably going to center the encyclopedia, or like the universe name here, so it looks nicer for titles that are kind of this short. And then I'm going to change these into the buttons, but maybe not. I think we still have, especially here. Oh, now it won't want to work now. Oh, actually, it will. Like here in the dark mode, I think the color scheme and readability is fine. But in the light mode, it's, I think I will have to, well, actually, if we move to buttons, then it won't become a problem. So I will have to figure out exactly how we are going to do this here. And once that is done, then I will upload that so it's publicly available. All right. So with that said, please like, share, and subscribe. Sign up for Literary Universe, so that if you encounter a problem next time, you can tell us about it, and we can maybe fix it live here on a stream. We'll be doing this at least weekly, maybe even more, depending on how things are going. But right now, we'll be aiming to do this weekly. Henry, anything from you that you would like to add?
Well, so far so good from right now.
Yes.
Well, I think Literary Universe is on early stage, but so you guys, when you are trying to write, we will try to support the author from this early stage. So please make yourself as the participant for Literary Universe. We're gladly to hear any advice from you guys. I think that's all from me.
All right. So with that, thank you very much for joining us today. And let me double check. Yes, we are all set. So thank you very much, and I will see you next week.
Thank you very much, Jan. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Okay, good.